Wow, like being here, it's done a lot for me because the environment that I was in before wasn't the best. And now that I'm here in a Montessori school with kids that have been raised like this, it's just, you're on the right track when you're at Montessori school. And it's just good to know. I feel better as a person. I feel like you're not carrying so much of like all the material things in the world. You know, it concentrates on world peace and like people and unity and teamwork and stuff. And as a person, I think I've developed a lot in teamwork and being able to talk to other people and brain pick and stuff, and it's nice. There's so many different ages in the classrooms. Like it ranges from 6th to 8th and sometimes 6th to 9th in our classes. And so everybody's just mixed with everybody, which is really nice. I enjoy about the experience being mixed with like the 9th graders especially because you get to pick off their brains as well, and everybody's just, it's good for the 6th graders to be able to talk to the 8th graders and 9th graders and stuff that learn more vocabulary and stuff, to be able to pick stuff up from them. It's nice to be able to talk to everybody because the 6th graders, not only like, you know, you can mentor them, but they're creative their own way, and they're also being taught different things as they come up because like schools progress constantly, and especially Montessori schools. And so to be able to like talk to them and figuring out what they're learning and how they learn stuff is just a lot different, and you just get a lot of creativity when you talk to them.
I've learned more being in a Montessori school than in a public school because if there's ever like a problem, the teachers like try to explain it to you in a different way so you understand, and it's just easier, I guess, to learn.
Well, I like pretty much everything about it. It's a really fun school to go to. It's nice because we have the pond that's behind me, and we'll learn science based on the pond. So it's fun to get these kind of connections with what you're learning. What will help me move on to my next experience will the ability to figure out what the problem is and figure out an answer for it. I can use creative ways of explaining problems, like done a whole bunch of really fun creative projects.
I feel that with Montessori, because you get to learn in a more hands-on way and you get to be more social with it, that you do feel more confident, and it does help build self-confidence. It's never too hard or too easy. Like the teachers adjust to where you need to be, and like you want to be challenged in life, but you don't want to be to the point where you have no idea what's going on. So I like that. And it's nice because it's kind of like being at home because there's couches in the room, and it's a comfortable environment to learn in.
There's a lot more freedom to ask questions, and if you don't understand, go back to the teacher maybe later and talk to them about it.
I used to be, before this, kind of a shy person. I always had ideas, but I never really talked much. But then when I got into Montessori, I became a social butterfly, kind of gregarious. So I'd always talk a lot. I'm kind of in the group. Well, because I actually got to speak what I wanted and become who I wanted. Back in public school, I didn't get to because I have to say I was kind of bullied, and so I didn't get to speak out much, especially when I spoke out to the teachers and they didn't listen.
Firstly, there's not a lot of conflicts here as a school. You know, usually the conflicts are, that was my pencil, you know, but the way they're resolved here is the kid gets to be able to be talked to first, and you know, you can kind of put some sense into them, whatever, let them understand what they did wrong and let them learn from it, instead of just going into punishing them and just engraving that into their head, because that's just not the way to go.
It's helped with my social skills a lot, and I get along with adults and younger kids, and because, well, Montessori really focuses on putting you in a comfortable environment. When I was in 6th grade, like the role models in my class, like sometimes I felt awkward, so I try to, when I'm being a role model for the kids in my class, I try to make them feel as like the least awkward as possible.
Montessori is much more about the person that they're teaching than about what they're teaching. Well, I think those values will help me a lot because in the older classes we do a lot of group work. It's almost entirely group work. It has taught me to be a better person instead of just teaching me my multiplication facts. And it's teaching me how to cooperate with others, and it reinforces teamwork, so when I go into the real world, it will help me cooperate with my coworkers.
I've definitely heard from some of the older students that I used to work with when I was younger in a Montessori school. They said that transitioning to high school was such an easy process, and I have to tell you, it is really prepared me because I can actually ask questions that I don't normally get to ask in a public school. I get to interact with my teachers more by asking questions that my teachers in public wouldn't answer. So things like important questions on tests, how to help me, and I've learned a lot about different people and different backgrounds and stuff. So I've learned new religions, things like that, and how to handle things that I normally wouldn't know. I love it. I love school.